Hi, I'm Coach Wade, and I'd like to thank you for coaching the greatest sport on earth. Today I want to talk about my Gap 8 4-4 hybrid that I call the 4-4 Interceptor. Alright, what you're looking at here is our very first defensive front that we teach. Below age 11, this is predominantly the only defensive front that I'm going to use. From age 11 to 12, I'm going to start incorporating my 4-4 Interceptor and start teaching other defensive fronts. When you look at this defensive alignment, the first thing that you're probably going to notice is the players who are marked in blue. Those players are my linebackers in the 4-4. Lion and Ram are my inside linebackers. The outside linebackers, Sam and Will, are aligned head up on the tight ends. They are responsible for driving that tight end back at the snap. Never allow the tight end to have a clean release. At the same time that they are sticking that tight end, they're reading the backfield to see if any flow is attacking the C gap. If that's the case, they're going to come off underneath and attack it. If anything tries to go outside them, they're going to wrong shoulder that tight end, dip and rip underneath, and try and force it a little bit deeper. The defensive ends in the Gap 8 have responsibility for outside contain. This is a little bit different in my 4-4. When we shift to the 4-4 alignment, one of the things that's going to hopefully mess up the offense more than the defense is that the defensive end and the Sam linebacker and the defensive end and the Will linebacker are actually going to swap responsibilities. The defensive ends are going to have a very simple responsibility of simply coming through the C gap and crushing anything in their path, and the outside linebackers are going to keep outside leverage off of anything that attacks their side of the field. You'll notice also I have two defensive tackles that are aligned in the B gaps. Now, sometimes, especially at the youth level, you'll find people running with foot-to-foot splits. Nothing wrong with that. We are going to get in that gap as close as we can, and we are going to never give ground. The way you coach this is very, very simple. Take a cone and put it behind your defensive tackle's feet about a foot. If he gets pushed back by these two players, he has been defeated and needs to do push-ups. He should grab grass, make a pile, and continue crawling forward. Tell him also to keep his hands in motion so they don't get stepped on. If he doesn't give ground, any plays that attack the B or C gap should be stopped. Or at least that player with the ball is going to come across here, he's going to get in this area, and he's going to find he's got nowhere to run, and he's got to either counter back or break to the outside. It all comes down to this player making a pile where he's at. In the backfield, we have the free safety and two corners. They are generally going to align behind whatever linebacker is on their side of the field if the player that they cover is inside the tight end. Anytime there's a tight end, the corner, if there's nobody out here, the corner is going to cover the first running back to the inside. And same on this side. There is a tight end, so the corner is going to cheat in. If there were a flanker out here, the corner is going to cover him. If there is no flanker, he cheats in until he's behind Sam, and he is looking into the offensive backfield for the first running back out. We set it up this way for a reason. With Sam on the line of scrimmage, he's going to cover the receiver that's closest to him. And he's also going to deny that receiver a clean release, so you don't have to worry about quick ins, flares, seams, things of that nature. We're going to pin that guy to the line. But because of that, we don't have to worry so much about this tight end getting off the line of scrimmage, and we've got one of the best athletes on the entire defense covering him. Now, the problem is, we've got a running back up there who's probably the best athlete on the offense. But we have an advantage, and that advantage is distance. In order for that running back to become a serious receiving threat, he has to get to the outside over here. By the time he does that, we should be able to read that play and get that corner over in the area. And also, hopefully by then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defensive linemen will apply enough pressure to that quarterback to give him something to think about rather than trying to get the ball out to that running back. The free safety has a dual responsibility. Not only is he cheated up to play kind of a middle linebacker role, but he's also looking into the offensive backfield. If it's a pass and he sees the fullback stay in to block, he is going to play sideline to sideline, cover 1. If, on the other hand, it's a pass and he sees that fullback go out for a pass, he's got to hustle his butt over and cover the fullback. Your free safety should be probably one of the smartest players on your team, and it should be in your top 3 defensive athletes. Generally, the way I put my defense together is best athlete, second best athlete, third best athlete. And then, most disciplined defensive player, second most disciplined defensive player.